Okay, I want to bring you guys into awareness. The people that are calling me I was a fake FBI informant demand the audio and video I did when Kokomo Police Department was trying to get me for withholding information. I was told by an agent that is in my phone as aka Mike Fries. I was not to give out his name, who he was, even when pressed by locals. If they need to know, they can contact the FBI. His number, the name that it was under in my phone, I was following my orders to a T. I refused to tell Don Whitehead, the investigative prosecutor for Howard County, who he really was. He had to come back with me on audio and video that I had to submit to. Do you agree? Yes, I do. Well, Indiana, one side law, my phone was running in my pocket, just like it did in KPD, the interview room, that people laughed at me about. You're laughing at the fact that I was turned into an FBI witness, federal witness, in Karina McClurkin's case. People that are sitting in my informant files, more than one murder, including another one 96 days after Delphi, suspects in my files for a while, at times years, assisting others in murders. When I keep seeing this, and I did exactly what that agent told me to do, document everything. Well, when he started losing my trust, there was a new agent that took over his partner's spot. So it was Michael Curtis, the first detective, not detective, but federal agent, along with his partner. It was my intel. And they forget, unlike how they deleted, omitted, gotten rid of evidence, what I've got sitting in a cell phone, emails, the hard copies of what sent them to Delphi, what had them in Delphi, the surveillance, the investigation they were on. I've got the hard copies. So why you guys laugh at me for speaking out the whole time, the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth? I was let go. Why? Because I went to the Department of Justice, Homeland Security, and the national DEA. I got in contact with DEA Chicago, begging them to act on the ring that is in my files that was taking lives. But I'm going to bring up one thing right now. You're not going to hear anyone on the news, any politician, and I hope to God, somehow by the grace of God, this gets to Trump. But the nutcases I dealt with, the left, Antifa, all that before it even became an issue, they knew about it. When it was just being talked about on threads and, oh, what if we do this? What if we get together and start doing this? Just like the right wing's been doing. The right wing just saying, I was unbiased. I sat in the middle and watching the hell. And while they were doing it, individuals that like Frank Castiello, that I still got documented to this day, sitting on Tony Slocum's, along with at least 2 dozen names that are sitting in my files as domestic terrorism suspects. Did you know there was domestic terrorism suspects sitting right there in my files that were actually on Ron Logan's property? They all left 24 hours before Delphi. I've been speaking the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth from day one. And I want to warn you guys, keep an eye on a swivel. Remember this saying, don't hesitate. Don't second thought. If you see something, say something. Dial 911. If you see something, say something. Because the nutcases that I've dealt with and are in my files still to this day, they're going to take the actions, the events of today. Remember back, 1776. They keep saying the Tree of Liberty needs fresh blood. They've been waiting for a sign to act. So this is what I'm telling each and every single one of you. Don't hesitate. If it does not look right, it does not look like they belong, don't hesitate. You see something, you say something. It's not snitching if it's able to save lives, save events like tonight from even happening. Like today, if you see something, say something. This is one thing I wish Trump and the big boy, hey, his own campaign, his own press secretary, and everybody's calling him big boy. So I'm just going to refer him as he needs to do a big boy thing and tell everybody if you see something, say something. There's people that have been waiting, training like they did on Ron Logan's property for a sign, for the first shot to be fired, to take actions. From today on, keep your hands on a swivel. If you're allowed to carry, keep it with you where you are legally allowed to have it. I don't care if you're listening, if you're left wing sitting, you're right wing, independent, it does not matter. If you see something, say something. This is the most crucial words you will ever hear after an event like this, and I'm being truthful with you. That's why I'm right now. It has me a little shaken up because it scares the shit out of me right now. Some of the people that are unhinged, sitting in my files that FBI and others know about it, just like they knew the same years. Look at the dates, the years. Uvalde, the Pulse nightclub. What happens if it comes out yet again? They knew intel on this shooter failed to act. Or is it going to be like JFK? They're going to swipe it under the rugs for years to come. Everything that really happened, we'll find out years later. But I'm being honest with you, and I'm being upfront. The one thing anybody listening to this, I don't care what side you sit on. I don't care if you're yourself a felon. But if you see something, say something. I know it's legal to have, like my vest. You don't see me wearing it daily. My helmet, you don't see me wearing it daily. If something looks off, like they don't belong, where they're going, what they're doing, you can save lives. I tried saving lives, just like Tara Caps. What makes me sick is the IMPD officer look back at my community wall posts. Garland Odell. He goes by Odell on Facebook. Badge number 739. The admission, he said, Karina and Delphi, that's the main two cases I had the hardest intel on. The criminal network, that same drug ring, shows yet again right there on Terror Caps. So to be another one right outside of the area, but it'd be one of the first ones I go over. And I'm going to show you each and every single person back to that ring, to other names in Indianapolis and surrounding areas, back to other cases. You wouldn't see. You wouldn't know to see. You wouldn't know where to look, how to look. I'm finishing that up, and it's what's taking me a little bit longer because not only do I found hers, I documented all that. I've got to go to each friend's that she has, and I've pretty much documented all that. Then one thing that is lovely about these idiots in this drug ring, no matter the area operation, I've got multiple that decide stalking me in my private Facebook and my other pages was a good idea. All they've done is allow me to show their organization, the areas of operation, even to Tara Cap's case, how to rule a case in or out based on who's showing and what it shows. It's the same information IMPD Garland, Odell Cooper, and Indianapolis Metro PD as a whole admit that yes, there is ties and connections to Delphi, Carina, Flora, Logansport, Brandy Bradley's now. 75 cases, 19 of these were kids, all lives lost. One recent one, Bryson, thank God he was found alive by his dad's followers. Wait till I break that all down. The Kokomo ring, the ties, where did they have a house? It wasn't just in Logansport. They had a house in Kokomo that was raided as well. So this ring showing up, then he got some in this ring that belonged to his little cult that show around individuals like Keegan Klein, William Waggle Jr. of Kokomo. If you look him up, he's a long time sitting child predator. A lot of these dealers sit friends with many of these individuals, like William Waggle, Waggle Jr. of Kokomo. Look him up. That name will be shown among many others. A sitting Howard County Commissioner, sitting friends with more than one dealer. I've got on video at a certain individual's funeral. The blood brother of Gabriel Ellis, the fellow dealer that was using his daughter's apartment as a trap house. I've gotten writ. After Karina's case, he admits exactly what apartment, the real apartment, she died at. How I figured that out was what her mom told me. I was able to piece together, and while asking a landlord, did his daughter have an apartment? I got more information than I ever thought I would. They actually said the apartment that he was spotted at, and they followed him only starting the 15th that morning. If they were on him, following him, instead of listening to the lies that the family said, oh, they went to Gas City, it's not the first time they've lied. Just like Karina in Florida, but yet 48 hours missing. Her own cousin was letting her boyfriend know she was dead. He came back in a comment, I can't believe she's dead. I cried when I heard. The same family, when confronted, did Sierra Daly, the girlfriend, go with Gabe Ellis and his ring when they went and did Delphi? I don't think she was. So you mean to tell me, oh, she didn't go with him, but yes, he did. He and the ones around him in the ring, Tyler French, Kyle Stacy, who else went with him? Megan? But it's kind of shocking when you get like a captain KPD, who's now the chief of IUK, among other elected officials, being friends with dealers, like a dealer sitting on with what, a meth bust in 2014, dealer that's documenting now on the record. What is Diller's doing on Liberty German's friends list? Fellow Dillers of her dad's. The only reason the Dillers and the others are not being acted on is the names high at times. Commissioner, mayor, it's sick. What are they doing on Dillers while they were still under oath serving? What are individuals like that doing on multiple Dillers in multiple raids, friends list? You tell me. And everybody that is so pro prosecution, pro to the state and everything, I'm about to blow you guys away with what I'm about to show you guys. When this whole Geronimo is shown, you're going to see why names like Jeff Brackett, Gabriel Ellis, Tyler French, Kyle Stacy, Paige Turley, Megan Riddell, now Megan Eberling, Ricardo Espinoza, another one of the Kingpin families, among many others. You're about to see the ties back to each other, back to killers, child killers at that. It's sad when a few politicians, their family dealing. What is a diller? That's a close family member of a certain prosecutor doing on Liberty's Facebook friends list. Diller after diller. Individuals in and around their own family dealing beside her dad. What are individuals in and around this drug ring? Active dealers beside their family. Hell, Del Wood. Look up Del Wood. Who he is. Dealing in 2022. Charged officially 2023. Dealt for years for the same ring that cost those two girls their lives. Went on dealing like business as usual. What the fuck? But again, like I said earlier, I made this the main reason. Like I've tried before to save lives, I was let go as an informant. We're trying to save lives like I'm trying to do now. Open your eyes, keep your heads on a swivel. To some unhinged individuals, the first shot has been fired already. The veteran that lost her life during the what was it, riot, January 6th. This will set so many off. This is the last shot fired before they want to act. So keep in mind, there are some very unhinged individuals. They're going to take this as a sign, as the last shot is being allowed to be fired before they act. There is some very unhinged individuals that are thinking just that now, rallying up, going to their little safe houses. American Patriots and Lightfoot Militia. I know some of you watch this. Well, guess what? You've got no safe place. It's a lovely thing about conning you guys and getting rank in your little group. I got Brad Holder's address among many others sitting in my federal files. Many of you guys got knives off of Brad. That was documented which ones was buying them, what ones they were getting. And if he thinks those getting shipped out, they weren't being documented, photographed before they were sent on their way, you're wrong. You realize how many militia members bought homemade knives from Brad Holder? FBI knew about that years before his name was even mentioned. It was the training at Ron Logan's property is what had the FBI there on an active investigation. You're about to see Baffy. I know what I can and I know what I cannot show you. But nothing is deleted, omitted, hidden. I've got every hard copy email, recorded phone call, text message with this agent. Up to, I will give you a glimpse of what had the FBI there, what the investigation, why, where. The reason they were back up there during the 14th, they were following up addresses of suspects that left Ron Logan's property. That's what had them back in town. That group left 24 hours before Delphi. They went back up to some of the locals to get the addresses that I found, make sure the identities, the pictures matched up to the new surveillance they're catching. Is this the right guy? Yes, sir. Is this the same guy? Same woman? Yes, sir. But I was let go for trying to save lives like I am trying to tonight. Some are going to take this as the last warning. The last shot, the first shot to them has been fired. There is very mentally unhinged people that will be thinking that tonight, amassing in their little hiding spots, arming themselves, getting ready. There is people like that in this world, left and right. You think right is seeing as the first shot's fired? You don't think the left isn't trying and doing the same thing? Thinking the right's going to act, and if they do, they're going to come to the rescue? You've got armed individuals, full battle rattle, just like the right, the left now has it too. Both of these people are on high alert in their minds right now. One is wanting to act, the other is just hoping they do. It's not going to be your average person, it's going to be the extremist on both the left and the right. They're now both prepping for something we do not want to happen. So that's why I'm telling you now. If you see something, hear something, if you're hearing family friends that you know are involved in stuff like this, both left or right, they're all of a sudden kind of getting their families and kind of up and disappearing. The moment you see that, don't hesitate. Make that call. If you're seeing things that just is not right, why are they evacuating? Why are they packing their belongings into a truck along with multiple weapons? If you see something like that, make sure to say something. I don't care if you're left or right or what side you see it on. If you're seeing actions being taken like that tonight or in the next few days, see something, say something, save a life. I'm at risk of losing my own for showing you guys the truth, where to look. From day one, I've said the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. But I've been made out even by the locals. Some of these same locals, like Kevin Summers, captain with KPD, among others, like Greg Goodnight and his whole city. Do you know what it feels like not being a meth addict? Being condemned, saying you're a meth addict. You don't know what you're talking about. You're unhinged. You're mentally ill. I made sure last night, like not last night, yesterday, about 1:30, I had another virtual. I've got a plan in person coming up next week. But the evaluation I took last night, I am mentally sane. I am here. I am not suicidal. This is on document, and it's going to be coming to me in the mail by my psychiatrist. I've got the depression. Yes. I've got anxiety issues. Yes. Nerve issues. Kind of trying to keep my cool. Some people are kind of getting my blood pressure up and kind of, I'm open and honest with my psychiatrist. I am mentally here. I am not suicidal. I'm not homicidal. I just had another mental evaluation done by a psychiatrist. My psychiatrist. I have a call with him about every 2 weeks, or I go in person about every 3 weeks. With some people attacking me on something I had no control of when I was a kid, it's been hell trying to sleep the last few nights. You don't know the hell that I'm already dealing with in my head. Knowing somebody I helped for over 3.5 hours is now dead. And the last words that are eating at me in my head when I go to close my eyes at night, yeah, I get dreams, flashbacks. Not only that, what the hell happened as a kid? It's been hard as hell to sleep the last few nights. Since you guys had fun making a laugh and getting a laugh, I hope those laughs are worth it because it's been sleepless nights for me. And when my body does shut down, it's probably about a couple hours. I cannot sleep. I get flashbacks. It's been hell. I can't sleep. So I hope those laughs that you all had was well worth it. It's been sleepless nights for me, and it's been hell. I've been trying to get what I need done on my presentations, my slides. It's hard to do that when you're on sleepless nights. Ever since you guys had fun, I hope the fun and the laughs was worth it. More than one of you that was having your girl laugh are in the medical field. You know what the fuck your words, your actions, what they can do to people. I'm a hell of a lot stronger than I ever was when I was a kid. It just fuels me now. It enrages me. It keeps me going. And it's not the first time that drug ring, that cartel drug ring on the streets, has been trying to tell people I'm nuts, I'm not here, getting their friends to do the same damn thing. I'm mentally unstable. I'm not mentally here. The traumatic brain injury I took, the PTSD I've got, I'm mentally unstable. I'm mentally retarded. I'm mentally not here. Guess wait till you see those papers. I'll edit like the name, the personal contact information. I'm mentally here. I'm not suicidal. I'm not homicidal. That full mental evaluation took me about an hour and a half yesterday, breaking down everything that I'm having issues with, the sleepless nights. It's going to have everything on that. And then people that are trying to use it against me, especially the locals where they don't want a federal eyewitness, knowing it would turn her case federal, and the ones involved in her case, the real other ones, more than just one, it would go into a federal case, federal special prosecutor. Then other cases tied to hers would follow suit. So many politicians and families don't want that. There's more than one family that goes back to this drug ring. I'm telling you now, both sides of Karina's still sit to this day. Look at her brother, Keenan McClurkin, warrant for arrest for dealing in methamphetamine. Look up the mom's side, possession of meth, dealing in narcotics. This is what many families don't want you to see. The drug ties, and no matter what side it is, there is ties and connections, multiple. And it's sad when you get multiple convicted killers, friends with multiple family members of more than one victim. But like I said, if you see something, say something. So many people that are unhinged, and it's sick when some of these individuals sit on like Tony Slocum's friends list. There's about 24 documented militia members that are sitting in my FBI informant files, including a Frank Castiello, a former sheriff and the starter of the Constitutional Sheriff's Association. One of the main individuals with that. So the federal standoff, we're going to see a constitutional sheriff. He played a major role in more than one federal standoff where it cost one man his life. But individuals that are sitting on my informant files for years, some that were forced on me, this agent knew their actions, what cases their actions were involved. And when I tried going over him, showing his lies, negligence, disregard was costing lives, suspects that are sitting in my files, I was showing the DEA, Department of Justice, Homeland Security, hard copies when I'm contacting them, begging them, look, this is Agent so and so. with the Joint Terrorism Task Force FBI field office, the same field office that allowed so many child victims to continue to be victimized when they're begging for the help, coming into their office, begging FBI to act. They allowed him, Larry Nassar, to go on and do what he did for years. If you don't believe me, look up the time frame. Delphi, Carinas, Flora, other cases. Like I'm telling you, I've got the hard proof. Nothing's deleted, nothing's hidden. I've got it still to this day. Every single hard copy, and it's now copied on more than one SD card, hidden more than one location. I've got every single one of my hard files that even shows why they were in Delphi and who they were on Delphi looking for and at. It's lovely because being the informant, I'm allowed to keep my hard copies, but they turn into an investigation leading up to an arrest. Look up Bruce Dockett, the Indiana ISIS couple. That's just a couple of the cases. I was the one that put them where they are. The sovereign citizen, Bruce Dockett. And that's another thing. If you know sovereign citizens, watch your ass. Keep an eye out. See something, say something. It's ones like that, left and right, Republican or Democrat. They're on both sides, no matter the color of their skin. Those sovereign citizens, the most extreme out of both sides, is where to look and be very, very eyeful. Keep your eyes on a swivel, keep your eyes open, and if anybody knows your neighbors or individuals who are in something like this, no matter if you're Democrat, Republican, they're Democrat or Republican, if you see them loading up weapons, their families, supplies into a vehicle like they're bugging out, if you've got cameras, get those license plates. Let it be known. If this happens Democratic side or Republican side, you know neighbors like this, you know they've been doing this, like training and oh, you thought it was just a laughing matter? It's not a laughing matter when some unhinged extreme individuals, especially the sovereign citizens on both sides, they're the most unhinged. They denounce their citizenship, but yet they'll start a war at a drop of a hat if they see a sign. Like I said, if they, in their minds, see a sign like the actions of today, you realize how many unhinged people on the right are thinking that was their sign? We better prep, we better bug, and we better get ready. We've got to act. And you realize how many on the left side, just as unhinged, that's been training for this, now thinking that the right's going to do something. Either are they going to act first, or is the right side going to act first? There are some very unhinged people of this world and actions of today. The attempted assassination on President Trump, you need to be more vigilant than you have ever been in your life in the next few days and months following this. It could be within the hour, some craziness, like individuals leaving their house, prepping, loading up their families, weapons, gear. If you're seeing a neighbor do this, you've known they were in a group like this, and you're seeing this firsthand. Do not hesitate. Do not second guess it. Don't play it over in your mind. Don't ask questions. Do not confront these people, but let it be known. What you know, who you know, and what you're seeing. They loaded up weapons. They loaded up gear. Their families, like they were evacuating. And I guarantee you, if they get a warrant and go in that house, I guarantee you they wrote a letter. So if family is worried about them and come get in the house, I guarantee you they're telling their family, we're sorry. We have gotten our sign. We are now bugging out to our safe location and meeting up with our fellow members. If you're getting a text like that, an email, a Facebook message, tweet, anything like that from an individual, and they're saying stuff like that to you, or you're saying stuff like this, like I just explained. I am not doing a other life like everybody else did. I am telling you how to save a life and prevent further loss of life. I've tried doing it in cases. It may cost me my own life. It goes back to the oath I swore to my nation and my people. I didn't care if you're a felon, where you sit, you could be in prison for the rest of your life. I swore an oath to protect each and every single person in my nation, as well as my nation as a whole, from sea to shining sea. You have the ability right now, if you're seeing this, if you're getting messages that you don't understand, it seems cryptic to you. I'm hoping whoever this gets to and whoever hears this hears me out. There's people on the left and there's people on the right. There's sovereign citizens as well, both left and right. They're the most dangerous in the next few days and months. Keep your head on a swivel, eyes open. If you see something, say something. Save a life. Who knows? It may just be your own. If they see a witness that are seeing them bugging out, are they prone to act? We don't know. We do not realize how unhinged some of these people may be. And Teddy, are you fucking serious? I'm being serious over here. And this is people that are like on Dan's page. And Dan's showing you a UCLA shooter as the shooter. And then Teddy is an individual that comes from his page. I'm over here trying to be serious on trying to save lives. And I got people coming over here saying, boobies, trying to be funny, Teddy. You are sick. It's unhinged, sick individuals that troll. And this is the people they hang around and they associate with. I'm trying over here to tell you guys, if you see something, say something, and what to watch out for. And you got individuals like Teddy coming over here doing that. Dan, this is the people you associate with, you're allowing on your page. Adrian, Miss B in the darkness and the light. Yeah, the light and the darkness. You sure wasn't the light when you chose the words that came out of your mouth and the people you associate with, like Teddy. I'm over here being serious. Left or right extremist can see this as a sign to act on that sign. To them, the shit has hit the fan. And I'm trying to be serious over here. If you see something, say something. And there's individuals coming from Dan's page, CJ's pages, Greeno's pages. They praise Teddy in the chats. You got people like that coming over here when I'm trying to be serious. The same ones that are saying I'm played informant. These are the same individuals, many of whom nationally sit in my records. I was asked to fly out to one incident right before they were allowed to get me set up and flown out privately. Yeah, I was hella good at what I was doing. I was in phone calls when a federal standoff, 10 minutes into it, recording it, documenting it, 10 minutes after it happened. After individuals were jailed, I was talking to wives and friends. They sure let everything just spill out. Then got really lucky on a certain president's actions to pardon them. It's individuals like that set in bars my intel, just like many others need to be. I spoke the truth. I tried saving lives like I am trying to tonight. And there's unhinged individuals like Teddy that are best buddies with Dan and the rest and goes on his life that come in here and try to do that. I know they are best friends and fan club of a woman beater, a terrorist himself to his own wife. Teddy, I know you're in that fan club, but you don't come over here when I'm trying to say, look, I did not play informant. This is the unhinged individuals, the extremists that I've dealt with for years. I've put many of these threats behind bars. What to watch out for the next hours, minutes, days, months. If you see individuals acting like this, see something, say something, save a life.